नारायणाय Om Namo Narayanaaya. Respected friends, welcome you all. A delight you give every day by being here. Let us continue our study of the most glorious Sanatana Dharma Shastras day in and day out. And that's a great service we do to ourselves because through that we get the clear picture about our goal and means. That becomes our giving the runa to our Rishi Parampara, that the service to our Bharata Mata also. Yoga Vaashishtha Maha Ramayanam is the Grantham, third Utpatthi Prakarana in that Leelopakhyanam. So many sargas we are seeing. Few more are there, maybe 10 or 12. 43rd sarga now. In that Yuddha, night time, AGNIDAGHD, NAGARA, GRUHA, Jiva VARNANA is going on. Only when we listen to these things, that mind receives and then feels, little bit confident to understand that in the Bhautika Laukika Kalpita Jagat, even these things, though Kalpita, are there to happen and give us dukkha. So therefore, transcend all this by realizing the reality. So to get the inspiration in this way, these informations, these stories will definitely help us. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्छास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने. ओम ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद् गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः. श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाक्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः. ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः. ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः. स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाधारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नता स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्रपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीवसिष्ठादिऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्रीयोगवासिष्ठमहारामायणशास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्तिप्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने अग्निदग्ध गृह आदि वर्णनं नाम त्रिचत्वारिंशः सर्गः। श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच So the enemies have attacked at night. Now the scene picture should reveal so many facts to us that the Raja is there in that very Graha, Mother Saraswati is there, Leela is there. Mother Saraswati is so much of Shakti Swarupini. Leela also is in the Yoga Sthiti. Yet the Raja and the Praja in that country have to go through that Yuddha Prarabdha. Nobody dares to avoid it. Each individual finally will have to work out his own Prarabdha, his own moksha. Facilities will keep on given, will be given continuously. This is very secret. So, are there not God so many? Then why they are not bringing the peace in this world? Why they are not avoiding the yuddha? Are when you want it, He will give you what you want. You set right your minds. You collectively say, we don't want yuddha. He will say tathastu for that. Understood? The freedom given human beings, both to have wisdom or ignorance and to do correct or wrong, should utilize that freedom given. Then have wisdom and do right things. Then things fall in right place. Isn't it? So the Saraswati Mata herself told that you have to die in this yuddha, then you have to come to your Purva Raja Padma Sharir. That is special blessings by Saraswati Mata. That way for the prayers of Leela and also the Raja. Understood? In our lives too, things inevitable will keep on happening. Even the God will not try to remove them. And they are all karma phalas, individual total. What's required is through the study of Shastras, knowing the presence of reality, keeping that as the goal, working towards it, and not adding new nonsense which we very frequently talk in every almost every 10th or 12th class. Isn't it? So this is how the night that man comes and tells, O Raja, with all the ayudhas, the Shatrus are attacking. By the time he finished it, already so much Kolahala Shabda outside is heard. Then from the Gavaksha, all the four of them, Raja, the Mantri, the Mother Saraswati, Leela saw how terrible the scene was outside. That's being described or explained. We are seeing it. Now, mind you, when is it written this text? In the Treta Yuga. And these happenings have when they happened, this is a narration by Vasishtha to Rama, much, much before. And if you see that, what happened that time, And what right now in front of our eyes happening in the world is exactly same. Why? Because the human beings with their minds of ignorance or wisdom are same. That's how you understand the Srishti continues because of the individual and collective karmas and jnanas and the ajnanas and their collective good or bad thoughts. Therefore, collectively, when we become good, then only the world will become good, final. In that collective, even if others are bad, if we are good one ourselves, we will be safe. In any case, there is no alternative for good, for happiness and success in the world, and there is no alternative for Atma Jnanam, for the final moksha. The Atma Jnanam, the Brahma Jnanam, the, what do you call that? Mhm. The Chidakasha Jnanam. There is no alternative. Done? Now we have seen up to mantra 20 tak. How was that? हत सैन्यपुर वसिष्ठ उवाच हत सैन्यपुरापातं धृताङ्गारभ्रकोटरैः कर्कशाक्रन्दनिर्दग्ध लोकपूगोग्रगर्जितं हत सैन्यपुर आपातम्. So the whole apata, the emergency scene in that Raja because the Sainyas are getting killed in those burnings in the attack of the enemies. Dhruta Angara Abhra Kotaraihi. All the Angaras are entering into all the Kotaras, the places wherever they are staying. And these burnings leading to Karakasha, Akranda, Nirdagdha, Loka, Uga, Ugra, Garjita. There is the Akrandana and there is Garjana by all the Lokavasins with all the Karkashata. Why? Because Nirdagdha. They are burnt and with all the harsh voices as well as the roaring voices, they were expressing their Akrandana, the Dukkha, the grief, the pain, the misery. You can imagine that how calamitous, how dangerous, how terrible must be that scenario. It happens. During cyclones, it happens. During earthquakes, it too much happens. When two countries fight, when the bomb blasts are happening, that time also happens. Any of the accidents that happen, that time also. So this whole praja were in this Bhayankara, Akrandana and Garjana with the Karkashata of their voice, pitch of their voice. Okay, highest pitch. Mhm. Next word, Krushanukana Naracha Nirantara Bahu Heti Shilajala Lutadagdhapura Utkaram Krushanukana Naracha. The Krushanu, the fire kanas, like the Naracha, the arrows. Nirantara are continuously flying in the Akasha. Nirantara Tara Ambara means whole Akasha was without any gap filled with the arrows of these fires. All those mashal like the burning things flying in the Akasha, not leaving any space in between to see the Akasha. पूरा आकाश भर गया है इन उल्मुकों के द्वारा, इन मशालों के द्वारा, इन अंगारों के द्वारा, which are continuously rising, the burnings and rising. Don't forget, the enemies are not sparing there. Even in that firing, or the whole town is being fired, burnt, they are shooting their various weapons. Then, Bahu Heti, Shila Jala, uh, Luthat Dagdha Pura Utkaram. So, Pura Utkaram, Luthatu and Dagdha. The whole Nagara was burnt and destroyed by Bahu many. Heti means the Khatgadi Ayudhas. Shila means the continuous throwing, pelting of the stones. Jala, either the enemies coming from the outside will destroy, or the Raja himself will be destructive, or the Prajas can revolt and destroy, or the Prakriti Viparitatas. So nothing is permanent is the message to be carried. And what keeps on happening depends on our individual and collective sankalpas. That also we have to catch the thought. Then Ranat Dvirada Sanghatta Kuttitod Bhatasat Bhatam Vidravat Taskara Cheda Marga Kirana Mahadhanam. So Ranat, making lots of sound, are the Dvirada, the elephants. Sanghatta, groups and groups of them. Kuttita Udbhata Sadbhatam. So the Bhata Sainya, more of this Raja's side, also of the enemy's side. These elephants in their afra tafri were running here and there. They are being stampeded by these elephants. That picture is very clearly seen. So Ranat Dvirada Sanghatta Kuttita Udbhata Sad Bhatam. The Bhata Sainikas are being stampeded by these huge elephants. Then Vidravat Taskara. There are some people taking that as an opportunity. The thieves, whatever is available, they were taking, looting, and running. When they were taking, looting, and running away, but they are in that war. War is going on, no? So the weapons from the enemies or from anybody coming and hitting them, killing them while they are falling, all the dhana which they have looted and wanting to take got spread in the whole vicinity, like anything. So Vidravat Taskara Cheda Marga Kirana Mahadhanam, the entire dhana of the ornaments, it may be jewels, pearls, it may be, they're all scattered on the roads when they were taking and they were killed. It can be anybody. It can be of these people. बचे हुए लोग चलो कम से कम अभी जाएंगे दूसरी जगह दौड़कर थोड़ा धन लेके जाएंगे. So they might have looted or taken their own wealth going. Mainly it is written taskara, the thieves only. Then the arrows hitting them. And they are getting killed and the whole wealth is squandered, scattered here and there. Scattered. Vidravat taskara cheda marga kirana mahadhanam. Imagine that picture. How terrible, ferocious it must be. है ना? People are there, opportunists, depending on their hearts. Even in the terrible situation, instead of helping people, others, they will try to loot the money only. जब भूकंप होता है, the many jackal type of people wanting, looking for all the ornaments or any of the cash that they can take away. Even when such type of calamities happen, people are like that. That's what is their mind what to do. The survival instinct kaho, whatever it is. Next, sputa chata chata shabda pralutha sputa kashtagam. So with the chata chata shabda, all the kashtakas, the wooden things, whatever they are there, getting burnt. Okay. Then vipula alata chakra ugha shata surya navhastalam. See the Alata Chakra, all the Chakra Ayudhas with the fire when they are being hit, when they are that way attacking the Praja in hundreds of numbers, it is appearing like Shata Surya Navhastalam. The Navhastala Akasha appearing to be having hundreds of Suryas at one go. No, this is not a new thing to you and I. Then at one go, 100, 200, 500 drones are shot in that recent wars. Didn't we see that in the Akasha? So many Suryas are so many Chandramas. Surya particularly because of Tapa. So here, Vipula Alata Chakra Ogha. Alata means firebrand. Chakra is the Chakra Ayudhas. Ogha, Jhund ke Jhund. When they are shot, Shata Surya Navhastalam. The Navhastalam was appearing like filled with Shatadika Suryas. इस तरफ भयंकर दिख रहा था. Then Angara Shikhara Kirana Samasta Vasudha Thalam. The entire Vasudha Thala, the Bhumi is filled, Akirana, spread with Angara Shikhara. The Shikhara Angara means the big mountainous burnt fiery things are scattered and seen on the entire earth. Earth is covered by them. So the houses are burnt, the animals are burnt, The people are burned, the objects are burnt, the wooden things, the trees. अब जहाँ कहीं देखो जल ही रहा है तो पूरा भूमि अंगारों से भरा हुआ है. So अंगार शिखर आकीर्ण समस्त वसुधातल. So Vasudhatana filled with the burning things anywhere you see. I know in the daytime युद्ध में what you saw? The killed सैन्य of both sides. जहाँ देखो वहीं दिख रहे थे. Along with the horses dead, the elephants dead, whatever the other animals they used. Of night time, the dead bodies also there, but all this Angaraka is filling the entire earth. Next, Dagdha Agni Kashta Krenkara Rana Jalana Vainavam. Vainavam means all the Venu, the what do you call that? Bamboo made various things, whether the bamboo trees themselves or bamboo made poles or pillars or the house roofs. When they are burning in that fire, they are making Krenkara Rana. Their Krenkara Shabda, krem sound karte हुए, all of that Venavas are getting burnt. Not only that, whatever the other the pillars are there, they used to make with wood only. So too the छत बनाते थे तो बड़े बड़े लकड़ के उन्हीं चीजों से बनाते थे. It is now we are making concrete cement to stay for a long time. But we know in our childhood हमारे घरों में छत पे ही बड़े बड़े वुड के ही होते थे. So all of them are catching fire and burning and making that terrible burning sound. Then Dagdha Jantu Ghana Kranda Rudat Sakala Sainikam. So Dagdha getting burnt. Who are they? Jantu as well as Sainika. While getting burnt, those animals and the Sainya, Ghana Akranda Rudat. With the Ghana Akrandana, they are doing the Rodhanam. Rodhanam is crying. Akrandana is shouting. Ghana means big way. So big way shoutingly they were all crying. The getting burnt animals as well as the Sainikas there. The animals like horses, elephants used in the Yuddha, the other pet animals of the भेड़ बकरी काऊ जो भी है सारे मरते हुए उस आग में जलते हुए चिल्ला रहे रो रहे हैं. दग्ध जंतु घन आक्रंद रुदत सैनिका रुदत सकल सैनिका. So they're all in that rodana dukkha. Isn't it? It is always there. Not everybody is ferocious and daring, na? So even though he is in army, yeah, strong. But when the time of death comes, the dukkha comes, depending on his sentimental, emotional nature, remembering his family and all. Families also. Some say it's okay. My son died for the country's sake. I know that he'll be in the Swarga. Wonderful thing he has done. Congrats. But every parent's not like that, no? Many will be in that dukkha for years together too. So different type of people. So here the animals, the sainyas are crying with the pitch of their voice. You know, Dagdha Jantugana Akranda Rudat Sakala Sainikam. Then Pam Susheshatta Rajashri Vruddha Trupta Hutashanam. Shri Vruddha Trupta Hutashanam. This Hutasana fire is not getting satisfied even after turning the entire Rajya Shri, the wealth of the kingdom, into Pamsu, the Bhasma, the dust and the ashes. It is burning and turning everything into ashes, the fire, yet it is not trupta at all. क्योंकि उसका नाम ही अनला है. Never says it is sufficient, I am happy. तो हर एक चीज को जलाकर राख कर रहा है, फिर भी उस आग को तृप्ति नहीं हो रहा. सो पांसु शेष आत्ता राजश्री. पांसु शेष मीन्स only the dust or the bhasma is remaining. Atta means consumed. Rajashri means entire wealth of the kingdom. Vruddha tapta trupta, Shri Vruddha trupta. Even though that great wealth is being consumed, Hutashanam, the fire is not trupta even with that. Then it is continuing. Sakala Grasana Arambha Sa Udyoga Agni Maha Ashanam. The Agni's name is Maha Ashana. It's a big, big consumer. Therefore, it is consuming it, feeling happy as if looking other side. it is going there, consuming that also. So the Agnishika, the Agni Jwalas are burning like that. So Sakala Grasana Aramba. He doesn't want to leave anything, spare anything. Sabko khana hai. ये अग्नि ऐसा is getting increased and spreading everywhere. Sakala grasana aramba sa udyoga agni maha ashanam. Hamo. Very, very terrible it is. Wonderful. Next, yadruchat karadatkara katinagniratad gruham. Hmm. Ananta jantu bhojyanna vahni bhuktendana spruham. So, yadrucha. Suddenly, the thieves and dacoits come, beat the people at home, whichever are little far away from the fire, then take away all the wells. And these people आंखों के सामने देखते देखते ही अपने लोगों को मार रहे हैं और सारे गहना वेल्थ लेके जा रहे हैं. There is no body to protect them. There is no end to their pain and dukkha and rodanam crying. This is also happening. So one shloka Vasishtha is telling, we are also explaining. But this is not happening one by one. All are happening simultaneously. You picturize ki how terrible, ferocious. It is called Bhibhatsa Drushya, Bhayanaka Drushya, Raudra Drushya. It's called as. The scene is so terrifying, so terrible, so threatening, frightening, inexplicable in words. Then Ananta Jantu Bhojyanna, Ananta Jantu Bhojyanna. All the Jantus are the Bhojya Anna for this Vahni. Bhukta Indhana Spruham. This Agni takes all these Jantus as Indhana and going on consuming only. It's not thinking कि यार ये पशु है ये मनुष्य है यार इनको दर्द होता है छोड़ देते हैं चलो nothing doing for that fire सारा भोजन है it is going on consuming eating only. So Ananta Jantu Bhuktanna Vahni Bhukta Indana Bhojyanna Vahni Bhukta Indana Spruham. That's how the Yuddha Kshetra night time, the kingdom of the Raja getting burnt. Then Athashustrava Tatrasau Giro Raja Vidurataha. There Raja Vidurata came to or is listening to what he was listening Yodhanam, the Sainikas of his own. Their Rodana Akrandana Yukta Shabdas Raja Vidurata is listening. And who are those Yodhas? Dagda Dharanam Pashatam Abhidhavatam. So their own wives and children are getting burnt, some of them going to save them, some of them to save themselves, running away, some of them shouting at them, you just be safe, run here, run there. In this way, the Yodhas shouting, looking at the burning of their own wife and children and family member, they were making these words or sentences or noises. The Raja is listening to them. तो राजा को सुनने को हो रहा है कि योद्धाओं का आक्रंदन युक्त शब्द when those yodhas families were getting killed, burnt, etc. So yodhanam dagdadharanam pashyatam abhidhavatam. So those who are running to save are running to save themselves. Their words. Ha matta marudurdhva sthana angara gruha padapan ranat kharam neera jalam atapa panthina. देखो Ha, O Lord, Matta Marut, the intoxicating winds, Urdhvasthana, adding to the Angara, the fire which is burning the town now, it is burning Gruha Padapan, the houses, the trees. My own house means the trees around my own house. इन सब चीजों को एक तरफ अग्नि जला रहा है दूसरा तरफ वायु is helping it. That my Agni house, which used to give me shelter from the heat and cold, all the trees which used to give me the coolness, now they are burnt by the fire, helped by the winds. And the huge winds are blowing, adding up to the fire. So that they are watching. इतना आग जल रहा है, घर को जला रहा है. Then the vayu is also adding. Then the fire is blazing more to burn. Isn't it that way? Then ranat kharakharam neerajalam atapa panthinaha. So continuously one after the other houses that way getting burnt. Then ha dagda dharaha. Oh my family wife, they are getting burnt. Praleya shitaha. Deheshu dantinam magnaha. Such a cold hearted in the sense, cool hearted and minded, my family members are getting burnt by this fierce, ferocious fire. Some of them dantinam magnaha, trying to save themselves by hiding behind the huge elephants, saving from the weapons or even the act, burning effect. How they are like a manassu mahatamiva vijnana suktayaha. So those highly wise people, matured people, how they hold the great knowledges in their heart. The immature, ignorant people don't even listen to vijnana. Even if they listen, they don't understand. Even they understand, they don't retain. So, like the wise people retain all the vijnana, so too, behind their events, these women folk are finding some shelter to save themselves from the Agni and the Dhanurbana, all the weapons. Then, Hatata Hetayo Lagnaha Taruni Kavari Trune Jalanti Shushka Paurnauga Iva Nira Nileritaha. So, Hatata, children are shouting, or these Sainya shouting at their own parents. Tata means father. Ha Tata. Hetayaha. Hetaya means the Khadgadi and the Agniadi. Lagnaha are catching. Lagnaha means catching. What? Taruni Kavari Trune. The Taruni, the women folk, Kavari, their hair, which is like Truna, grass. अब देखो जब आग में जब जलते हैं ना लोग, शरीर में रोमावली होता है, सर पे बाल, वो जब जलते हैं उसका दर्द तो अनबेरेबल होता है. सो द फायर डजंट सी ऑल दैट नो. उसको तो ये सूखा घास की तरह है. द हेयर ऑफ दिस तरुणी, सो दैट फायर इज कंज्यूमिंग और कैचिंग इट टू कंज्यूम. हा तात हेतयः लग्नाः तरुणी कबरी तृणे ज्वलन्ति. They are burning it. Shushkaparna ogaha iva. Like a dry leaves and grass, the fire is burning their hair. So, iva nira nileritaha. So, like the nira anila iritaha, with the continuous air also adding to hava, the fire is catching and burning them. Then आवर्तन नदी दीर्घा वति ऊर्ध्व तरंगिणी पश्येयम धूम यमुना व्योम गंगाम प्रधावती. सी, आवर्तन नदी दीर्घा. इट्स ए दीर्घ नदी, a huge big river. Avartana, full of the waves in it, full of the whirlpools in it. Vahati urdhva tarangani, and going up and up with its tarangas. What is that? Dhuma Yamuna, the river Yamuna ki tarah, because Yamuna Nadi's Varna also it is blackish. So when the town is burning, the smoke that is going up is explained here as Yamuna Nadi, and in between the smoke going in rounds and rounds is like the waves and whirlpools. And this Yamuna of the Dhuma going up and up, compared like what? Ki it is trying to wanting to go and merge with गंगा नदी नेम्ड आकाश. आकाश नामक गंगा से मिलने के लिए ये धुआं नामक यमुना अपनी लहरों के तरंगों के साथ आवर्तों के साथ ऊपर जा रहा है. दैट इज एक्सप्लेनेशन. आवर्तन नदी दीर्घा वहति ऊर्ध्व तरंगिणी पश्य इयम धूम यमुना व्योम गंगाम प्रधावत. Like in that Prayaga Kshetra, how the Yamuna is running to merge with Ganga. Thereafter Yamuna will not be there. Ganga goes ahead. So too, Akasha Ganga में merge होने के लिए ये यमुना named, the smoke is rising up and up. A small little thing burns only. You can see how much smoke goes. When the entire Nagar is burning, imagine kitna धुआं उड़ता होगा. No secret to us. We are so frequently seeing it almost every day, especially in this terrible summer season. कहीं ना कहीं हर दिन कुछ ना कुछ जलता ही रहता है, छोटा बड़ा. गर्मियों में ये डेंजर है. Quickly the fires catch. So this is how he is shouting at others, one Sainika to his brother or father or sister, that the Raja is listening. All these shoutings and cryings and dukkha of his own Sainya. Then Vahat Ulmuka Kastordhva Gamini Dhumanim Naga Vaimanikan Andhayati Pashya Agni Kana Budbudah. So this dhua going up. While going up, is it going alone? No, it is taking lot of ulmuka kasta, lot of burning. Lakada also is being taken up, because when something burns, burning can be blasting, that can take those things up. So धुआं के साथ साथ जलते हुए लकड़ वकड़, when it is flying up, what is it to doing? Vaimanikan andhayati. So many, whoever they are, the Gandharvas or the Devaloka people, whoever are traveling in the aeroplanes there, Vaimanikaha, in their respective Vimana, Andhayati, it is blinding them. Pashya Agni Kana Budbuda. है ना? The fire and the smoke together is blindfolding the people who are traveling in the aeroplanes in that sky above the kingdom, that Rajya. इसका अर्थ क्या हुआ? Not only now that we have so many airlines operating, thousands of them all over the world. हर दिन 10,000 हवाई जहाज हवा में उड़ते हैं, है कि नहीं, पूरे दुनिया में. 10,000 or even more. It is not only now, that time also those flights were flying, the flight traveling people were blindfolded. Next, Vahad Ulmuka. Asya mata pita bhrata jamata stanapa hasute अस्मिन् सद्मनि निर्दग्धा दग्धैवा satsamindhane. So another very painful, pathetic description of somebody. Asyaha, a woman is there, of her mata, mother, pita, father, bhrata, brother, jamata, means son-in-law. Ah, then jamata also, jamata. Then stanapaha means the milk drinking children of that 1 to 3 years aged sute, even the grown up children, all of them asmin sadvani nirdagdaha. In this house you are seeing now, totally getting burnt. In that house, all her family members are got burnt. She somehow either came out escaping, or she was out at that time that he was safe. She was. But Nirdagdha, they're all burnt. She is not burnt. Yet Dagdha eva asat samindhane. She is not burnt in that fire, but she is burnt in the Shokagni. Because she is alone now, Anatha now. All related people are burnt there. See the dukkha, see. Now use the Vedanta behind while listening to all that. That it's all as a jiva with our ajnana, whatever the Swayamkruta karmas we have done, it is happening. Okay? From the Ishvara standpoint, all it is in that Samashti Maya Shakti, a khel is going on. Hana? For the fire, cooking a food and making the people eat such a delicious food, and burning a beautiful house. For the fire, it doesn't make any difference. For the waters, giving the life, because when we drink water, then only life is there. Giving jivana to thousands and thousands, and the same water through cyclone etc. drowns thousands. For that, farak nahi padta. You understood? To the Paramatma, there is nothing called good or bad. All are same only. And the Vedantic standpoint, in this Maha Shakti of Paramatma, in Paramatma's Maha Leela Kalpana, Ananta Koti Brahmandas come and go. No, this is one kingdom getting burnt, described. Listening to that, we can feel emotional and all. Hare Har kya ho raha hai. Imagine when during the Pralaya Kala, the entire Brahmanda gets burnt, gets drowned in water. The Surya, Tapaha, and the winds blowing continuously till everything gets destroyed. It goes on. आखिरी चीज का भी पूरा सर्वनाश होने तक प्रलय काल में वो सारे प्राकृतिक फोर्सेस काम करते. Finally, all of them got drowned. Only Pralaya Jaladhi remains. In that, Bhagavan Krishna, in that small Rupa, in that Vatapatra, is sleeping. Our Markandeya Rishi goes and sees. है ना? So remember all this. Pralaya Vayu, Pralaya Surya, Pralaya Agni, Pralaya Samudra, Pralaya Varsha. Even at that time, all samudras come together. Whole Bhumi will become Kampita. First, for 100 years, there will be no rain. Then, for 100 years, there will be continuous rain. This is how the whole thing gets down. All the jivas who have not realized self, they all will be, their upadhis will go away. The jiva bhavas will be there in the Mula Prakriti. In the new cycle of Srishti, when it begins, then all of them will be thrown with their all residue asanas and the karmas which they have to work out. Whoever have realized Adhisthana Brahma, the Brahma will not be touched by all this. So he is beyond that Janma Marana Chakra. This is all a pure Vedantic Jnanam we must gain. Then through the sadhana, running into whatever the number of lives required, realize that self. Okay. Asya Mata, Pita, all of them burnt. She is not burnt but burnt in the Shokagni. Then Aha Gacha Te Shigrametad Angara Mandiram Itaha Pravrittam Patitum Sumeruhu Pralayatha. So like in the Pralaya Kala, the Sumeru Parvata so strong and big, itself gets toppled down, gets broken and falls. In the same way, hey, gacha, hato, hato, chalo, chalo, bhago, bhago, run. Te etad angara mandiram. This your house, you see, almost caught by fire, totally burnt. Shighram you run away from here. Otherwise, itaha patitum pravrutam. It's going to tilt and fall this side. Just run away from there. Don't get attached to that house or the things in that, wanting to catch them. You stay there. That house which is going to fall down in any moment will fall on you. It is going to fall like the Sumeru Parvata at the time of Pralaya. Isn't it? गिर जाता है, गिर रहा है, भागो भागो करके. Somebody is giving चेतावनी to the other. This Raja is listening to all these things. I know we are in India safely, but in the Yuddha happening countries, these happenings, the videos, the audios, continuously are given to the whatever the PMO offices, whatever they have, पता चलता ही रहता है. सो हा गच्छ ते शीघ्रम एतद अंगार मंदिरम इतः प्रवृत्तम पतितुम सुमेरु प्रलय था. पतितुम प्रवृत्तम, अब गिरने को तैयार है वो, भाग वहां से. That's so in Bhukampa comes, first thing people are supposed to do is run out of the place and come onto the roads. है ना? Buildings collapse. Oh no, the roads break, big vehicles fall in that. क्या क्या होता है रे बाबा. And you and I as human beings neither can control the outer, this terrible prakriti of cyclones, bhukampas, nor the more powerful, uh, what do you call, huh, natural disasters within the heart of the kama krodha adi. Or inner, these durgunas only are acting in the form of the natural calamities outside, human made calamities outside. You and I studying Shastras, praying to the Lord, taking Paramatma as the goal, working towards Him to coming out of all these inner thoughts and outer activities negative, should escape all these things. We are now safe, isn't it? आराम से अपने घर बैठ के वेदांत सुन रहे. How come? Lots of punya we have done. Bhagavad Anugraha, Guru Anugraha is there on us. Then ha gacchate shigrametad angara mandiram itaha pravrittam patitum sumero pranayata. Then aho shara shila shakti kunta prasa asi hetayah jala sandhyabrapatalam vishanti shalavaha iva. Are so many houses there. Into each of the house, the Shara, the arrows, Shila, the Patthar, Shakti, the Shakti Ayudhas, Kunta Ayudhas, Prasa Ayudhas, then Asi, the Khadga, Heti, the bigger Khadgas, they are all entering to each of the house through what? Jala Sandhyabhra Patalam. From that jalas, the windows, the doors, ventilators, they are entering into the house to finish the people who are there in the house. विशंति शलभा इबा. लाइक आप घर में सारे लाइट जला के खिड़कियां वगैरह खोलते हो तो फॉर द सेक ऑफ दैट लाइट द शलभा एज द मॉथ्स एंटर स्पेशली ड्यूरिंग रेनी सीजन वो ना व्हाट यू कॉल देम लीजन्स ऑफ देम दे आर इन सेकंड्स दे आर बॉर्न और टाइम पे दरवाजे बंद नहीं किए तो हजारों संख्या में यू कैन सी ऑल दीज कीड़े मकोड़े. Though their lifespan is 1 hour, 2 hours, they all die after that. So, the Shalabham ki tarah, the various weapons are falling in each of the houses. In today's world, the missiles or the drones or any bomb shells, carpet bombings, whatever the enemies do, whoever does it, how they fall in big apartments, buildings, etc. Like that. Terrible killing. That American Israel attack killed those 160, 70 school children. That triggered uncontrollable anger in them, the Iranians. Then they are not stopping only now, going on. In this way, the explanation of this Yuddha going on for some more slokas. We will see it tomorrow. But listen to this story. We are becoming familiar with the Samskrita Bhasha. Same way, what Vashishtha is telling Rama and what we have to learn about the Srishti Sthiti Pralaya at the Samashti level, Janma, Marana in the Vyashti level, and in between the Papa Punya Karmas done by the Western Samashti leading to the destruction and construction. All of them. ये सारा एक पलड़ा है तो the other side, the all pervading Brahman, isn't it? Untouched by anything. है ना? Like the fire burning, the winds blowing, the waters falling. They don't touch even the space there. सब आकाश में हो रहे हैं आकाश को कोई जलाते नहीं. Isn't it? And where is that akasha? In the mind only. So you cannot touch the akasha. How can they touch the mind? Where is the mind? It's in pure consciousness. Consciousness is more sublime, subtle, of different plane. So that cannot be touched by what happens in the mind. What happens in the Bhuta Akasha is not touched by the Chitta. It will not touch. Chitta will not be touched by them. So, therefore, seeing all this, wanting to continue as a Jiva with Dhyadi Upadhis and doing good and bad activities, individual or collectively, and go through these type of terrible things, you want to rise above all of that. सोच लो है ना चिदाकाश में पहुंचो ये सारा झमेला खत्म like in the dream only you can imagine the fire accidents are happening water drownings are happening all the terrible स्वप्न आते रहते अब जागृत होते ही all that is gone if you don't want to wake up then get drowned in the water suffer so if you don't want to wake up to the reality then in this sthula bhautika jagat sukshma chitta akasha go through all the calamities, sufferings. See, even though the Brahman is reality and infinitely blissful, yet we don't seek him. And all these Sthula Sukshma Jagas are mithya. Yet they give all the dukkha if we are identified with them and we don't want to leave it. That's called delusion. Knowing that this relation is giving me dukkha, this object is giving me dukkha, this activity is giving me dukkha, yet we don't give it up, that's the moha. The collective moha is not going beyond the upadhis, which because of their various limitations have nothing but the dukkha to offer. Think about it. Thank you. Om Purnamadaha. बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, वशिष्ठ भगवान की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. So 36 तक हमने देखा. So we have up to the 61, 16 mantras. Now join for Laghu Vakya Vritti. Om.